On to you Capricorns. You have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Wands, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So for some reason, when it comes to you Capricorns and this mermaid deck, you usually get the Ten of Pentacles. So once again, a lot of you Capricorns have a lot to offer, but a lot of you Capricorns are learning how to become a lot more wise, and you understand that relationships are not about trying to get money out of you and usury and just trying to get money and, you know, people just being in your life and all it is that they want to do is use you for your finances and all this other type of crap. So a lot of you a lot of you Capricorns are understanding that it's time to actually lock up your finances a little bit, right? Not to immediately shell out. But you Capricorns are still going to notice that even though you've made that promise to yourself, when you approach other people, if they say yes, a lot of the times they still going to want you to take them out on a date where it requires cash. If they do that, the Eight of Cups or the Ten of Cups, two scenarios happen, right? Two main scenarios happen. If you still want to go out with them, you either tell them you're not going to spend for the total date, right? You're not going to pay for it, or if they catch in horrors, leave them alone, right? If you still don't want to hang out with them, right? If you decide that you don't want to hang out with them, then just tell them you're good and go on about your business. Because like it is, I said before, Capricorn, anybody that does, listen to me, a person is, look, it's one thing for you Capricorns to volunteer, okay? And this is also what the Ten of Pentacles is talking about too. It's one thing if you want to volunteer. If you Capricorns volunteer and you say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take you to lunch, regardless of whatever side, whatever team you play for, whatever you're into, if you decide to say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take you to lunch, cool, right? Because you're volunteering. But if you Capricorns do not volunteer to pay for the whole thing, it should be already understood by a sane, responsible adult that unless a person says, hey, I'm paying for it out loud, I got you, I'm paying for it, right? They need to bring their own wallet. And if they catch horrors off of that, if they get mad about that, that's a huge L. That's a dub. It's a dub for that part. And the reason why it's a dub is because they shouldn't be getting bent out of shape. How you Capricorns choose to spend your money is you. That's a right. That's not just a privilege. That's not a privilege. That is a right. You get to pick and choose how you want to spend your money, how you want to spend it. So the mere fact that the person is even that entitled to you in the first place, where they're trying to command you where you should spend your money, they're already showing you right off the rip what they're focused on. And if the two of you were to be in a relationship, that's where the focus is going to go. You've got to essentially transfer finances to that person while they get to do whatever they want to do with it. And once you're all dried up, they're up on out of there. Because the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, again, you've been around the block more than a couple of times. So the Nine of Pentacles represents, and if they decide that they don't want to go out with you, or it's not good enough, or if they flake, right? Nine of Pentacles, the Fool card, you already have a life. You don't even feel bad about them flaking on you anymore because you have a life. Who cares if they're going to flake on you, right? Who gives a squat at the end of the day? The reason why you shouldn't care, Capricorn, is because, again, you have a life. You have a life. So who cares? Having a life is higher than dedicating so much to a date. Because when the person says no, or they flake or whatever, or they make up an excuse not to actually show up, or they flake on you, your whole consciousness of who you are as an individual, as Capricorns, is going to break. But then when you actually have a life, have friends, family, things that you legitimately enjoy, places to go, people to see, things to do, right? You filled your life with a purpose. When a person tries to guilt trip you and shame you and make it seem like, oh, well, you know, you Capricorns ain't gonna get a date with them because you need to know how it is already, that they're this valuable or whatever. You Capricorns are just gonna be like, because a relationship is about you give and you get, and the other person gives and they get. And sooner or later, very quickly, I should say, you will begin to understand that you can't keep track of all of this because you lose count. But now in relationships, now today in 2024, moving forward, you almost have to count. You almost have to like count to a certain extent, because if you don't count, you're not going to be able to keep somebody honest with their intentions, because they're going to be counting with you, trying to use the stuff that they've done for you to make you feel bad, for them to be able to actually use it on you. You see? So now you Capricorns have the World card, which is Capricorn, and then you have the Empress. You have to learn to guard your wallet, and not just your wallet, but guard your mind. A lot of people are looking to shame a lot of you Capricorns out here into doing something for them that they wouldn't even do to anybody else. They don't even have the decency to pass pass along that kind of act of kindness. They've been taking advantage of you Capricorns' kindness for the longest time. It's time for you Capricorns to stop allowing people to take advantage of your kindness. Stop taking advantage of you and your kindness. Let's clarify the world. Empress, Justice, so that's Libra. King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. A lot of Libra energy. Because you Capricorns need to start acting this way, because it's fair. Because if you allow everyone to just guilt trip you, they'll use you for whatever. They'll sucker you into whatever. Try to have you thinking like you owe them. I've fallen for that a couple of times, intentionally, to see if the person has integrity, and they don't. And this is the delusion of it. It's like, how are you this entitled? What is going on right now? How does a person get this entitled, this wrapped up in their boo-boo don't stink mentality? What is that about? And the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords is about, well, the King of Pentacles is Capricorn. So this is about you Capricorns. You need to learn, you need to learn how to be slick and sly and manipulative too. Not to manipulate others, but to be able to defend yourself when somebody's trying to run game on you. You know what type of time they on. And then you have the Two of Wands. Love is a two-way street. If a person is not going to show you that kind of exchange of courtesy, why should you Capricorn show any sliver or modicum of mercy whatsoever? The answer is you shouldn't have to. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. This city right now is jumping at night, yo. I'm gonna go outside and have me some fun. There's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get a personal reading from me, or you can contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com.